Aid. To help someone. Dictionary examples. The project is designed to aid the homeless. He was aided in his research by his knowledge of Greek. Learner example. Some people believe that it is essential for both poorer and rich countries that the rich countries aid the poorer ones, and this is my opinion, for a number of plausible reasons. Air. On air. On television or radio. Dictionary example. The radio station is on air from 6 o'clock a.m. Learner example. It is on air at 8:30 p.m. every Thursday and Saturday. Alarm. To make someone worried or frightened. Dictionary example. I don't want to alarm you, but he really should be here by now. Learner example. What alarmed us the most was the daring use of speculation by the author. Alarming. Causing worry or fear. Dictionary examples. Alarming news. Crime has been increasing at an alarming rate. Learner example. Moreover, the alarming frequency of heart attacks in Poland has made people stop eating too much fat. Alert. Quick to notice and react to things around you. Dictionary examples. A young dog should be alert and playful. Teachers need to be alert to sudden changes in students' behavior. Learner example. A little bit of tension is alright, I guess it keeps you alert while driving. Alert. A warning about a possibly dangerous situation. Dictionary example. A bomb alert. Learner example. Don't forget to take care of your personal belongings, it won't cause a bomb alert like at Victoria, but may get lost. All. After all. Used to say that something happened or was true although you did not expect it to happen or be true. Dictionary example. Helen couldn't come to the party after all. Learner example. Cars still enter the city, so there will be pollution after all. All things considered. Used for saying that something is true in general, if you think about all its aspects. Dictionary example. The show was a great success, all things considered. Learner example. All things considered, it seems like Kavanaugh Catering Services would be most suitable for the students. All hours. Very late at night, until early morning, or almost all the time. Dictionary example. Our neighbors are up till all hours every night, playing loud music. Learner example. This causes traffic jams at all hours of the day. All at once. Suddenly. Dictionary example. All at once he stood up and walked out of the room. Learner example. All at once, everything started to work again. Be all very well. Used to show that you do not agree with something, or that you are annoyed about something. Dictionary example. It's all very well for her to say everything's fine, she doesn't have to live here. Learner example. That's all very well for most of the people, but according to my desires it's not enough. I envisage a more sophisticated flat. Be all set. To be ready. Dictionary example. We were all set to go when the phone rang. Learner example. So, there you go. I'm all set. Allegation. When you say that someone has done something wrong or illegal, without proof that this is true. Dictionary examples. Allegations of corruption. Several of her patients have made allegations of professional misconduct against her. He denied allegations that he had cheated. Learner example. Contrary to Mrs. Jones' allegation, the exam results of our college are first class and, moreover, there is an extremely varied social program organized. Alleged. Believed to be true, but not proved. Dictionary example. An alleged attack. Learner example. Besides, as far as the alleged downpour of rain is concerned, there was, in reality, only a small April shower which lasted not more than 10 minutes. Allocate. To give some time, money, space, etc. to be used for a particular purpose. Dictionary examples. The government has promised to allocate extra money for health care. More police time should be allocated to crime prevention. Learner example. We also think that the gym is underused because of the lack of equipment, thus, we would ask for some funding to be allocated to the purchase of more equipment. Allow. To plan to use a particular amount of money, time, etc. for something. Dictionary example. Allow 3 hours for the whole journey. Learner example. Please allow more free time in the afternoon for shopping and change the free evening which is on day 1 in your high life program to another evening. Allow. To make it possible for someone to do something. Dictionary example. The extra money will allow me to upgrade my computer. Learner example. These activities allow people to forget about their problems, to enjoy themselves, and also to communicate with others. Allowance. Money that you are given regularly, especially to pay for a particular thing. Dictionary example. A clothing allowance. Learner example. She spends most of her allowance quickly, and is then without money for the rest of the month. Ally. Someone who supports you, especially when other people are against you. Dictionary example. He is generally considered to be the Prime Minister's closest political ally. Learner example. The participants are under pressure and they have to find allies and make decisions. Alone. Let alone. Used to emphasize that something is more impossible than another thing. Dictionary example. You couldn't trust her to look after your dog, let alone your child. Learner example. We are surrounded by amazing pieces of technology which we do not fully understand, let alone use to their full capacity. Alongside. Next to. Next to someone or something. Dictionary example. A car pulled up alongside ours. Learner example. The skyline is filled with huge chimneys displacing tons of gases into the air. Millions of vehicles are moving on a highway alongside a dead river, where life flourished a few decades ago. Alongside. With. Together with someone. Dictionary example. She enjoyed working alongside such famous actors. Learner example. Also, he worked alongside me at another travel agency for 6 months. Alteration. A change, or the process of changing something. Dictionary example. We've made a few alterations to the kitchen. Learner example. I hope that my alterations don't give you too much trouble, but I really think that these changes are necessary for full satisfaction among our members. Alternate. Alternate days, weeks, years, etc. 1 out of every 2 days, weeks, years, etc. Dictionary example. I work alternate Saturdays. Learner example. I had to go to a travel agency on alternate weekends in order to translate some programs into English. Alternate. If 2 things alternate, one thing happens, then the other thing happens, then the first thing happens again, etc. Dictionary example. She alternates between cheerfulness and deep despair. Learner example. Xanadu Express promises to serve us food from all over the world, and to alternate the menu. Amateur. Doing something as a hobby and not as your job. Dictionary examples. An amateur photographer. Learner example. Finally, I would like to mention that I feel very confident in front of cameras, since I am an amateur actor. Amateur. Someone who does something as a hobby and not as their job. Dictionary example. This tennis tournament is open to both amateurs and professionals. Learner example. What I want to explain is that if an amateur sees a professional swimmer winning while wearing our equipment, he is surely going to think that our products helped him succeed, so the amateur is going to buy our equipment too. Amateur. Someone who is not good at what they do. Dictionary example. I won't be giving them any more work, they're a bunch of amateurs. Learner example. I admit that I was an amateur, which is why I did not try to do any special tricks to impress all those who were watching me. Amendment. A change in the words of a document, or the process of doing this. Dictionary examples. To make an amendment to the human rights law. Learner example. In view of the need to clarify all these errors and wrong information, I would urge you to print another report apologizing and providing readers with the right figures and possible amendments. Amid. While something else is happening. Dictionary examples. Security was increased amid fears of further terrorist attacks. Learner example. They are involved so much with their occupation that they will respond to an emergency call even when they are amid sweet dreams or having a joyful time with their loved ones. Among. Divide. To each one in a group. Dictionary example. She divided the cake among the children. Learner example. Although Brazil is the 8th biggest economy in the world and one of the richest countries regarding natural resources, that wealth is not shared equally among the population. Ample. Enough, or more than enough. Dictionary example. She's had ample time to get the work done. Learner example. There will be 3 coffee machines on each floor, which should provide ample coffee for everyone. Analytical. Examining the details of something carefully in order to understand or explain it. Dictionary example. Analytical skills. An analytical mind. Learner example. Moreover, employers nowadays are seeking the team working, problem solving, and analytical skills needed for their company. Angle. Space. The space between 2 lines or surfaces at the point at which they touch each other, measured in degrees. Dictionary example. An angle of 90 degrees. The interior angles of a square are right angles. Learner example. Carriers are to be requested to stick to the regulations which set the approach and takeoff angles at no less than 45 degrees. Angle. At an angle. Not horizontal or vertical, but sloping. Dictionary example. He wore his hat at an angle. The boat settled into the mud at a 35-degree angle. Learner example. After purchasing the G5X1 food processor from your shop last month, I discovered, upon connecting it to the main socket and switching it on, that I needed to tilt the unit at an angle for it to work. Angle. Direction. The direction from which you look at something. Dictionary example. This is the same building photographed from different angles. Learner example. It is possible to see all the paintings from different angles. You can also zoom in and out. Angle. Way of thinking. The way you think about a situation. Dictionary example. Try looking at the problem from another angle. Learner example. To be a child is to see the world from a different angle. Annoyance. The feeling of being annoyed. Dictionary examples. He kept losing his keys, much to the annoyance of his wife. Learner example. This caused a lot of annoyance, so I suggest next year you make some kind of arrangement for booking the places on the computer room in advance. Anticipate. To expect something or to prepare for something before it happens. Dictionary example. To anticipate a problem. We anticipate that prices will fall next year. Learner example. Moreover, it is anticipated that the percentage of the group will rise further in 2010. Antisocial behavior. Antisocial behavior harms or upsets the people around you. Dictionary examples. Increasingly, smoking is regarded as an antisocial habit. Learner example. It cannot be denied that nowadays children and young people are showing many problems, such as antisocial behavior. Antisocial person. An antisocial person does not like being with other people. Dictionary example. I hope they won't think I'm antisocial if I don't go to the party. Learner example. Technology has developed so much that it has made us very antisocial. Anyhow. Changing statement. Used when you want to slightly change something that you have just said. Dictionary example. Boys aren't horrible, not all of them anyhow. Anywhere. Anywhere near STH. Used in questions and negatives to mean close to being or doing something. Dictionary example. The house isn't anywhere near ready. Learner example. We could not have gone anywhere near 5,000 miles, because all our minibuses were broken down. We even stayed in one place for 8 days. Appalling. Bad. Very bad. Dictionary example. Appalling behavior. Weather. The film was absolutely appalling. Learner example. Also, they believe that their ability to watch videos is handicapped by the fact that some of the equipment is in an appalling condition. Apparent. Seems true. Seeming to exist or be true. Dictionary example. I was a little surprised by her apparent lack of interest. Learner example. In conclusion, our research shows the residents' apparent unwillingness to transform Greendale Park into a car park. Appeal. When a lot of people are asked to give money, information, or help urgently. Dictionary example. They're launching an appeal to raise money for famine victims. The police have issued an appeal to the public to stay away from the center of town at the weekend. Learner example. I would suggest that the local authorities, with the support of the community and companies, start an appeal to raise money to keep St. Mary's running. Appeal. Request. To make a serious or formal request, especially to the public, for money or help. Dictionary example. They're appealing for clothes and blankets to send to the devastated region. The police are appealing to the public for any information about the missing girl. Appear. It would appear that. Used to say that something seems to be true. Dictionary example. It would appear that nobody on board the aircraft actually had a license to fly it. Learner example. It would appear that students are not satisfied with the hours and days offered by the club. Appetite. Food. The feeling that makes you want to eat. Dictionary example. All that walking has given me an appetite. I won't have any chocolate, thanks, it'll spoil my appetite. Learner example. The tasteless food spoiled our appetite. Applaud. Clap. To clap your hands to show that you have enjoyed a performance, talk, etc. Dictionary example. The audience applauded loudly. Learner example. Secondly, owing to a sudden shower, there was a short break during the dance display and the horse show, but eventually, we finished the display and the show successfully and people applauded.